All right. Hello, this is Derek here on Coffee with Derek, coming to you from Madison Ave Studios in WeGo. We are on Facebook, YouTube, soon to be podcast, Twitter. So like, subscribe, listen, and follow. Today, actually, I'm going to switch it up a little bit because Stevie got me all flustered. So we're going to talk about my recent debacles with the healthcare industry. So grab some coffee and let's do this. All right. So welcome back. So today, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. So recently, as most of you know, I have been battling with this ankle injury. I am post-injury 1 year. So it was a year ago that I fell through a flight of stairs, broke my talus bone in my right ankle. So a year later, I'm pretty much at the same spot I was a year ago. I still have a broken ankle. I now have a brace, and I have been through rounds of physical therapy. I have been through rounds of MRIs. I have been through rounds of X-rays. I have been through lawyers, doctors, more lawyers. I have been to court. I have been to hearings. I have been to it's actually mind-boggling. And like I was telling Steve before we started taping that I can honestly say there are some people out there that really do care. And I'm just going to talk from my perspective. Like, they care about me and they want me to get better. But I'm coming to find out that a lot of these people it's all about the money. It's all about who's getting paid, how we getting paid, who's going to make money off of your injury. Like, everybody's got, I got to pay the lawyers, which I get it because they're working for me. No problem with that. But then, like, all of a sudden I'm getting paperwork from workers' compensation that they're putting a lien on my cases and that, they want to get their money back that they've spent on, trying to get me healthy or whatnot. And it's been crazy. Like, I Wednesday literally was on the phone for 5 hours talking to doctors, emailing lawyers, trying to schedule things. I'm trying to get so just to backstory. So I broke my ankle. I went to a whole bunch of different doctors. I know I talked about this before in a previous podcast, but this is kind of an update. So I went up to Syracuse. I saw a doctor up there. He said that he wants to, the only thing that would help me would be fuse my ankle, which at this time and my age, he wouldn't say is a good idea because there's no guarantee he's going to fix either what the problem is or the fact that I won't have other problems. So I went back to PT. I got my brace. And so far, it's okay. I still have a lot of pain. I have pain every step. It's really swollen this week, really bad. Like, it looks disgusting. It comes through my sock. It's so swollen. So I met with my doctor I met with the podiatrist / surgeon on the 17th of August. No, yes, 17th of August, because we're in September now. And I had asked him if I could go get a third opinion. He said yes. So this is where today's rant starts. So we talked about the fact that and this is a side story, I threw my back out about 2 months ago. Back's been bothering me. And I know that my back is only bothering me. My back hasn't bothered me for years. But ever since my injury, my back's been bothering me a lot. But I can't explain to everybody that I think it's because I walk funny. I think it's because I limp. I think it's because I'm still in pain. I think it's because I can't walk like a normal person. Like, it just doesn't work. And because my back was already bad, Now I'm just having all these issues. So this is the second bout, and this is the longest bout of back pain I have ever had. Like, this has been driving me crazy for months. And so when I talked to my doctor about it, he's like, yeah, it's going to be hard for us to even, like justify that it's from the injury. So, let's try and go at a different route. So fine. So I did what they call a direct access with physical therapy. So I was like 6 weeks into the pain. I started working with physical therapy, 2 weeks, 4 sessions, no relief at all on my back. So now I got my back issue and I have my ankle issue. So fast forward a week or so, and I had to fill out all this paperwork to go to see if I can get approval from workers' comp or PERMA or whoever it is that I got to get approval from to go see the doctor in New York City. So I found the guy's name. He works at the Hospital of Special Surgeries. Come to find out, a couple of my friends actually work there, and they highly recommended this doctor. So I had to go sign over all of my paperwork to, so if you're watching, I'm messing with my brace now because it keeps falling off. That's a whole nother disaster. I'll bring that up in a minute. So, so I had to go back to the doctor's office because I had to sign all the release paperwork, which I've already signed once before to release my things to the thing. But now because it's a new doctor and it's a new place, I have to go sign all the paperwork again so that they can release all my documentation and my MRIs and the doctor's notes to this other doctor so that he can see if I'm even a candidate or if he can even help me before they'll even say, yeah, okay, you can go down and see this guy. So it's just very frustrating because it just feels like every time it's like I gotta like jump through hoops to get anything done. So then, while I'm doing all this, of course, I'm still struggling with my back issue. So I'm back to PT now. It's 2 weeks since I seen the doctor. It's 2 weeks that I've done through physical therapy, and they said you need to get an MRI. So we got to figure out what's going on because by now, 6 weeks, a normal disc bulge, your body will correct it in about 6 weeks. Well, I was at about 7 weeks. They said after 4 sessions of PT, you should have some relief. I had no relief. So now I have to go see another doctor. So I was hoping the doctor, this is a doctor I know, and he's done previous work on me, actually multiple surgeries on me, 3 back surgeries, in that to be some of them. And then I have to go see that. I have to go in and see them. But to get in fast to see the doctor, I had to go see the PTA. So I get in, I see the PTA, and the PTA asks me a whole bunch of questions, a whole nother doctor's visit. And then they said, yeah, you need to go to get an MRI because this is bad. You shouldn't be having this kind of pain. 7, almost 8 weeks, I think today, something like that. It's like 8 weeks. So I said, okay, great. So they said, yep, we're going to put it all through your insurance because they said the same thing. And this is also the same doctor that I had gone to before for my original injury when I fell through the flight of stairs. So they knew my history, and they had said the same thing. It's going to be hard for us to say or justify that it's because of your injury, you're falling through the stairs, that any of this is happening. It's probably something old. You probably just popping a disc. Hopefully that's all it is. Because if you just have a bulging disc, we can fix that. Let's just hope that there's no damage there or something else that we don't see, like a bone spur or arthritis or a compression fracture, something. Who knows? And the better part of it is I didn't do anything. It's not like I fell. It's not like I just was going about business and woke up one morning in back pain. It hasn't gone away. So now it's 2.5 weeks since we decided that I needed to get an MRI. And I start getting all these phone calls, set up the MRI, set up all this stuff. And then since then, I have now spoken to my lawyers about my ankle case. So we'll go back to the ankle now. So now I've had to deal with my lawyers. We settled, but now workers' comp is saying that, we're not settling because They want to know why we settled so low. And now I have to go back through basically everything. So now they called me and said that they're going to move forward with getting me the second opinion or third opinion in New York City, which is great. Now it's just I have to wait. And now I talked to my lawyer and they said that now the workers' comp board wants to review the personal injury case, which I don't know why, because they don't feel that we're settling for enough money. Like, we wanted to settle out of court. We came up with a number. All parties agreed. Now workers' comp is saying it's too low. That's not enough money. So now I have to wait and find out what happens. So I'm basically sitting here waiting for the workers' comp lawyers to figure out what they want to do, whether they want to move forward with more or if they're just going to say, oh, okay, so, we'll just accept this as well. So that happened this week. And then I get a phone call from occupational medicine, who we use through the local hospital here for my old job, for the town of Union. And she starts saying, "Oh, I got this approval stuff for worker for your for more PT for your ankle." I'm like, "What? PT for my ankle? I'm not going to PT for my ankle." I said, "My doctor and I talked about going to PT for my back." And she's like, "Oh, no, I got something here for your ankle, and I have paperwork here that you want to see a specialist in Maryland." I'm like, "Specialist in New York City, PT for my back." So I was just like, somebody is severely confused. I have no idea who it is, but it's somebody, and I'm not really sure who. So now I'm sitting here waiting. Now, just to go through the quick points. I have been released of my duties at the town. The town's not going to take me back because of my levels or restrictions. I had settled out of court on a personal injury that now I have to wait on because workers' comp says that it wasn't enough money. I am now waiting for a third opinion to go to the hospital special surgeries in New York City to see the doctor down there that has done successful ankle reconstructions. I am also now fighting with workers' comp because they decided that they were going to reduce my rate of pay because I had to meet with an independent medical examiner who puts me at 50% disability, but my doctor still has me at 100% disability because technically I still can't work because I still have a broken bone. So now I have to fight with that. So it's just like all these different things. I was telling Steve before this, like, I have literally spent the better part of 6 hours this week alone calling, getting papers. I have a binder that's 4 or 5 inches tall. When they told me, "Oh, keep a binder, keep all your stuff," I'm like, there's no way I'm going to have this much stuff. I have more papers that I even know what to do with. It's ridiculous, but I have them all. Like, anything that anybody's ever asked me for, I have it. It's in a binder. It's in date order, by doctor, by insurance company. So if I need to pull up this doctor, I go to this file. If I pull up PERMA, it's this file. If it's workers' comp, it's this file. If it's the podiatrist, it's this file. If it's pain management, it's this file. And I have them all in sequence since day one. So when they try and get me like, "Oh, well, we can't find that," or "This is here," I pull it right out. I'm like, "Here it is. I have it. Do you need a copy?" Because I was told that I had to be advocate for myself. And, it's like something me and my mom were talking about the other day that, you have to be the advocate for yourself, for your health. Because I'm telling you right now, there's very few people that are out there fighting with me, let alone for me. So at least that's what it feels like most days. Because the hoops I have to jump through and the calls I have to make and the people I have to talk to get something done, sometimes I wonder really about the whole health thing and, like how can we streamline this? Like, how can we make this better? Because, I'm pretty up on my stuff and I'm a young guy. Like, I couldn't imagine like my grandfather having to do this. Forget it. He would have been lost like years ago, like when this started. Because it's a lot of stuff. I mean, I have a whole notebook just of notes, conversations, dates and times, what we talked about, what was said, because these people, like, they got 1,000 other people going. And I'm not saying that anything is really at fault. It's just that the whole process and the whole system is just it's crazy. Like, it's crazy what we have to do. The conversations, like, I know that my nurses, I'm not the only patient they have. So when I call them and they're like, like, if I'm not on top of my game, I can't expect them to even figure out, like, I don't expect them, hey, it's Derek, fix me. And they go, who, what? Like, I get it, because she's probably has 1,000 other Dereks sitting on her desk that need help. So it's just, it's crazy to me to think that, all the places I've gone, the amount of money, like, I see all the receipts, I see all the things for my MRIs, the surgery, the doctor's visits, the physical therapy. I mean, we're talking of tens and tens of thousands of dollars that this injury has cost. So, I'm thankful that there is somewhat of a system. I just feel like it could definitely be streamlined a little better and a little more efficient. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. But it's been a year of frustration for sure. I mean, let alone the fact that my ankle never healed. It's just the amount of conversations I've had to have and the amount of phone time I've had has been ridiculous. So I guess the biggest thing I can say is, be an advocate for yourself. Don't settle. If somebody tells you something, it may not just be that they don't know. They just don't know. They may just not know. So go get a third opinion. That's what I'm doing. Make sure that if you get into a situation where you hurt yourself, even if it's not a workers' comp case, even if it's just because you fell down your stairs or slipped on ice in your driveway, be diligent about what you're doing, who you're talking to, keep track of this stuff, because I'm telling you right now that I am having conversations with doctors about things that happened 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, and they expect me to remember it. Well, it says here on your record that, you had back surgery in 2012. Yeah, I had 2, and I had one in 2010. Oh, you also had, 7 MRIs in those 3 years. Do you remember all those MRIs? And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm sure I went to them, but I don't remember them all. So, these are crazy things that these people pull up on you, and they're like, what? So, be an advocate for your own health, follow up with them, stay on top of them. Because, like I said, you're not the only one. You're about 1 out of 1,000 probably these guys are dealing with on a daily basis. And, the frustration level for me is through the roof some days, because it just drives me crazy that the amount of phone calls I have to make to get something done. And just on one thing, like just getting this third opinion. I've had to talk to three doctors' offices. I've had to go sign 2 paperworks, which of course I have to do in person. So I have to go to my doctor's office here, sign the papers, show my ID. Who are you? Why are you here? Fill out all this, fax it over. And then, got to get a copy of it myself, which is sometimes like, what? What do you mean you want a copy? I'm like, anything I sign, I want a copy of. So, waiting for the copies. Whenever I get imaging, I get a copy. Whenever I get a bill, I keep a copy. I try and get a copy of every doctor's visit that I go to as well for myself, just so I have them, because I know somewhere, some way down the road, these are all going to come back either to bite me in the butt or to help me, because I should have everything I need. So, stay diligent, be your advocate, ask for help. Don't be afraid to call around, because you can't guarantee that anybody else is going to be looking out for you. So have a good day, and thanks for watching.